So when I was on the diet program, I think it was my second month through, I'd lost 20 kilos my first month, 15 kilos my second month. I caught up with a buddy and he's like, you are a walking example of discipline.
Yeah.
Right? And if you know me, you know I'm not super disciplined, and I'm not the best at that stuff. And the guy that said this just, you know, for me just triggered this whole thinking around discipline, and because I'm not a logically disciplined thinker when it comes to food.
Right.
So, you know, you've talked and you've said that discipline's a key part of the program. How does it work with this program?
So by having some really firm rules, you psychologically are motivated to keep the rules, especially when you have mentors and people around you that are supporting you and you have a reporting process. Let's talk about why discipline works so well. When we had some cases of people who would come back for a revision gastroplasty surgery. In a vertical banded gastroplasty, they take your stomach and they cut a little piece in it and they make a tiny little stomach at the top, which generally holds about a very small volume, like 3 or 4 thimblefuls of fluid. So it's about 15 to 25 mils of fluid or substance. And that creates a sense of fullness right away. Well, we would find that people who didn't have discipline could grow the size of that stomach by overeating the wrong foods and too much of it. And that little tiny pouch, which was only 15 to 25 cc's in size, would now be as big as the other half of the stomach again. So that capacity for it to increase in size was there. Discipline, by having the rules of what you will and will not do, then allows all of that to shrink back down to a normal small stomach size. And psychologically, by achieving that and saying, I won't do it, and succeeding, it builds on itself. So and then when you weigh and you see such a successful loss of weight, that's motivating. You know, you jump on the scales in 2 days and you've lost 3 kgs. That's really motivating for people. So that perpetuates itself.
Yeah, so I mean, I think back and like I'm on the program now, I'm like day 2. This is my 3rd day in. I'm down 2.9 kilos. And I look at what I eat on my plate, and I think if I go out with friends or I go out to a function and I see people with their plates are just piled up like this, and I'm like, man, I used to eat like that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really cool to see. We were just out to eat the other day, and I'm going back on program when I get back to Canada in 2 days. But Trev is on program, and he stuck to it. Now, what is it psychologically that gives you the discipline to not take half of Danielle's meal that night?
So, I mean, obviously, it's jumping on the scales, seeing a great result.
Yeah.
That's super motivating. So day 1, I was 1.8 down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want that tomorrow. But also, I think I know that I don't need that much food. My body doesn't need it.
So you've retrained your stomach, and your stomach receptors tell you you can be satisfied. But there's one other essential ingredient that we've forgotten to talk about so far, and that is the product. And I don't want to sound hokey like some American talk show person, but really what we're looking at is a product that provides nutrients and supplements that take away some of those cravings and that help you with your metabolism to feel good, even though you're eating very few calories and you're eating a very different diet than what you were eating a week or 2 or 3 weeks prior.
Lots of this cordial is really awesome, and it will help you in your journey, in your weight loss journey. So come back, we're going to answer some more questions really soon. Maybe we'll.